Hi friends. If you want to hang out, get ready with me, and let's talk about what I might have purchased in the latest Sephora holiday bonus events. Then please keep on watching. We're off to a great start. Hi, my name is Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning, well, thank you for paying me a visit again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you can head over to my Instagram. I haven't filmed a get ready with me in a long time, and I thought, why not just kind of jumble everything together, talk about what I purchased during the latest Sephora sale, what I purchased not necessarily from Sephora but during the sale, and traveling and all that stuff. So why don't you get in a little closer? That's enough. I just flew in from Houston last night and I taught at Revolve Pole Studio. My friend Crystal, she hosts Melee on the Bayou, which is a pole competition in Houston, Texas that I try to go to every year. And she's always so generous and kind, as well as Jacqueline, the owner of Revolve Pole Studio, to have me over and to sub their classes for the weekend. I taught 4. I taught flexology, and then I taught balancing act, handstand class / workshop, and I think it's their class, but I taught it for them. It was a lot of fun. I stayed at my friend Shay's house, and if you live in Houston, Velvet Taco. I ate so many tacos, but when you're in Houston, you got to. But I was not used to all the eating and then all the driving. I heavily rely on my walking around to be my cardio, if you will. So to eat and just get in the car and drive was very foreign to me. My body just felt like, what are you doing? I hit 10,000 steps easy every day by like noon. And I'm not even done. So to not even hit 10,000 steps over the course of 3 days, I felt a certain type of way. But now we're back. We're gonna get rolling into it, and this camera angle is a little off. Apply some makeup on. I'm not going anywhere per se, but tomorrow I'm filming with Mind Body Green, and this is probably one of the few opportunities this week I can film. So with that said, I usually have sunscreen on for my primer, but since I'm not going out very much today, I applied some already this morning. So let's head into the foundation. Yes, what I will mention is that for the Beautylish gift card event, I bought 4 Tuckahoe brushes, and I couldn't help myself. Even though Beautylish was so kind to send me things that I requested for the gift card event, I couldn't help but contribute to the shopping cause. One of the brushes is the GSN02. This is labeled, marketed as a powder brush, but I use it for foundation. And the reason why I use a brush, because I usually use a sponge to not dismantle my sunscreen film. I punch it in like this, and it is like the best. I've been taking my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is in tan. Put some on the back of my hand. And then I combine the Shiseido Synchro Skin. This is 360 Citrine, followed by the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation in 16. I think this is my holy grail combination at the moment. Hello, why are you not focusing on me? I find this leaves behind the most skin-like finish. The color match is amazing. It is definitely my favorite combination. And then I take my Tuckahoe brush, and the way this freaking brush, and all of them natural hair, so I wanted to double check on this. Not only is it natural hair, but it is dyed. I believe it's Psychohogo. I will put the correct hair type on the screen somewhere. But on the actual Tuckahoe site, each brush has its own profile and categories of different makeup finishes or makeup products that these are appropriate to use with. And it said liquid and cream. So I was like, well, okay then. People also use this to buff their mineral foundation, but I have been loving this for foundation, friends. It is just so, it's so dense and so round. So it's not gonna absorb a lot of product, but just leave behind the right amount. And the skin-like finish it leaves is just, and it's just so dense, but very soft. Whatever I have left over, I just go straight on with the brush and over the portions that need a little more coverage from that initial application, and I just punch it in. That's what I do. This is a very expensive foundation routine, I understand. But because I purchased these products, I'm using them, okay? The Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, it's like magic in the bottle. Like, she uses that word magic a lot, but for this product, it makes total perfect sense. It really is a filter, and the way it just influences whatever foundation you decide to apply it with, it's going to make it look so smooth on the skin, but it's not going to change the color of the foundation unless you wanted to. I don't even think you can. I think if you use it with a filter that's clearly darker than your skin tone, for instance, if I use like maybe they go up to 7 or 8. If I use number 8, sure, it's going to maybe change because inevitably it's a deeper toned product, but I think if you stay within the realm of what your skin tone is in regards to the filter, is not going to change your foundation. But that is speculation. However, I think correct. Concealer, no other than my Shiseido. Of course, I've been using like crazy. Let's see here. I like to go in with the gel stick, which I didn't know just from Sephora description. The gel stick formula per Shiseido is designed to use under the eyes because the texture is very smooth, very skin-like in finish. And I typically just like to use my finger to blend that out. This is in the shade 302. And I forgot to mention this when I was talking about it in my Sephora recommendations video. The color of the 30, I think it's also 302 with the liquid, 301 with the liquid. I just love the golden undertone of these shades. I don't know why, I just find that they're very brightening under my eyes without looking too outrageously bright. Because I've been steering away from like that look, like that super highlighted under eye look, but I think very helpful if you had a very long day, like the days I had when I was in Houston. I mean, waking up at 6 and going to bed at like 1 a.m. Those were the days that I had over the weekend. But it's all good. I can't complain. I had a lot of fun, but it was tough. So to have a concealer that is not going to look heavy under the eyes, but it's going to give you that brightness, and I feel it's just perfect for those circumstances. Flawless Filter, Hollywood Flawless. What is this product called? Flawless Filter in 3. I use this to highlight. So you're wondering, Alicia, what did you buy from the Sephora sale? I bought 3 things. I got the Patrick Ta liquid lipstick silky cream. Hold on. The Monochrome Moment Silky Lip Creme in She's Independent. This shade I really love, and the texture is amazing. We'll apply it later when we get to that portion of my makeup routine. In addition, 2 of his lip liners. What intrigued me or interested me was the click mechanism that I find really helpful, as well as the triangular shape the lip liner takes on. It's like the Benefit Goof Proof pencil, but I thought really ideal for filling up the lip if you like to take that step with a lip liner. In the shades She's Strong and She's Bold. So we'll take a look at those later. That's what I bought, friends. That was it. I don't think I got anything else from the Sephora sale. I mean, because I bought everything already. Like, there wasn't really anything for me to purchase. The Divine Rose, which I think we're still waiting on Pat to release the secret place in New York. So my friend and I were speaking. We were just disappointed in how the brand was handling this release. It's not like Pat and her brand to do something so hype like that and just to create so much FOMO. While I understand that it gives the brand an opportunity to maybe do something different in terms of releasing a product, like, I get it. Like that treasure hunt type of secret, making it fun. But at the same time, I just feel like it's unnecessary. Just release the info when you have it. Maybe they didn't anticipate that it would sell out as quickly as it did at Selfridges, which I'm so sorry I pronounced wrong in my Divine Rose video. please forgive me. And they didn't anticipate it selling out as fast and they had to make more, so they're delaying the release. I don't know. Now it is limited edition. That is what it says on her Instagram post or wherever she talks about Divine Rose. It is officially labeled 7. Yes, I said 7 in my video, so thank goodness I don't sound stupid now. Again, I love Pat, but that doesn't mean that I agree with everything that her team does. But it also doesn't mean that I'm responsible for her mistakes as well. Like, it just seems that in this day and age, if you love a brand or said person, then stuff that they do that's kind of like, you're like, well, Lisa, what are you gonna say about that? I'm like, I'm not her manager, okay? I just love her eyeshadow. But I understand I could speak on certain aspects of her marketing or her branding or what have you, or certain posts, whatever, that may not be the best decision. What I bought also during the Sephora sale is the Hakuhodo holiday set. I know, excuse me. First of all, I am very well aware that I don't need any more brushes, but I could not pass up the opportunity. It's a limited edition set for 2018. I have a couple here because I brought them with me to Houston. I was just dying to use them. Look at this freaking brush. What does it remind you of? I know, the Wayne Goss Holiday 2018. Should I just get, hold on. I was gonna do a comparison later, but let me just get it now. This is a holiday brush from Wayne Goss, and this is a Hakuhodo brush. I would say immediately that this is a lot more airy, but this is a mixture of goat and squirrel hair, which is, I think this is just goat. And this is a little more densely packed than the Hakuhodo brush, but look at the airiness of it. It is so gorgeous. And this is the blush brush, which I love. Like, initially when you think blush brush, you might perhaps expect something fluffier, but even like this paddle type of design is beautiful for blush. Also for under eye setting, which is what I will use it for now. I'll take my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless finish in number 2. So I'll take a little bit there. I'm gonna pat down whatever, kind of like, cause I get creasing like right under the lash line. That is pretty inevitable given like my skin type under there. I have a lot of space under my lash line, so I just like to pat lightly right where I need it to not cover the flawless filter. And for the rest of my face, I could set, what I've been doing, I set with Pat's Skin Fetish Loose Powder. The weather is changing, friends. It is very cold, or I actually missed the cold front here in New York while I was in Houston. There was like a 20-degree wind chill over Saturday. It was insane. But Houston was going through their own little like Arctic blast. For them, it was like 40-some degrees, which is very, very cold for them. My friends like did not know what to do. They were like, Alicia, we don't know how to dress for this weather. What is layering? I'm like, you guys, you gotta layer, 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 man. Let's take the fan brush from the Hakuhodo holiday set. I'm taking Pat's powder and I put the excess here. Here we go. Let's see. I just look at this. Look how it moves across the skin. This is like so perfect for loose powder because I feel it picks up the right amount, not too much, not too little. And the softness of the bristles, the mixture of the blue squirrel and goat hair is like ideal. Ideal. And I'm sure also ideal for finishing, yeah? Because it's so airy and it will not disturb anything. Like, it does not disturb the foundation. It is just beautiful. So G Designer Pro. What shall we go in with now, friends? What should we go in with now? I mean, without a doubt, without a freaking doubt, the Magic Star highlighter, if I could find her, hello? Here we go. Just gonna put it over the Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I mistakenly set with the powder after going through all that trouble carefully setting my under eye concealer. It happens, friends, it happens. I just lose track of what I'm doing sometimes. Eyebrows, same goof proof pencil from Benefit, 3.5. This is what I like to use. I haven't changed my brow game in quite some time. I've just become accustomed to using this pencil, doing my brows the way that I do. So one of you had suggested that I talk about fitness stuff when I do my get ready with me's. So this is a catch up get ready with me. So I'm talking about several things, the fact that I didn't buy a lot from the Sephora sale and I bought other things. But let's see, what can I talk about fitness wise? That I've been really slacking on my contortion training and I feel so guilty about it. I've been working more and I love that. Yes, money, but it doesn't really leave me time during the day to dive into my training. Ideally for contortion, I need 3 hours. I need like 1 hour to warm up, an hour and a half to train and to actually do skills, and then at least a half hour to cool down. I haven't had that block of time available to me in a very long while. And then I try to just focus on one thing, yeah? I try to warm up as best as I can, given my limitations with time, and then I'll work on one skill. But I haven't been able to do that, and I feel the difference. I feel the difference in my body. It's tighter, and then I'm like, okay, Alicia, if you can't do the contortion, then at least work on your handstands. Been slacking on that as well. Come this new year, and I'm not labeling this as a resolution, so to speak. I'm putting it into gears now that no matter how tired I might feel or unmotivated, I need to do something. And that's why I always suggest to people who feel they're in a rut or they can't get out of a slump that just feels overwhelming. And I get it. You're tired, you need to do your work, you need to pay your bills, you have deadlines. I just realized I could kind of see the gold when I turn, but it's okay. And then after those said tasks, which require a lot of energy, you just feel like you just need to lie down. I get it. And I think that for me, I've been feeling a lot like that lately where I'm spent and my type of work, which funny enough, I miss doing with all this driving in Houston, to walk everywhere in Manhattan, to walk to that location, to that client, walk back to the train, up and down the stairs. And then if I have bags with me, forget it. It is a lot. And by the time I actually settle down, it's really hard for me to train and get into it because my body is just tired from all the traveling. But in regards to anyone trying to change their fitness routine or just to add more to it, I always suggest that don't try to do something out of your league right now. If you don't work out at all, and then all of a sudden you want to do an hour every day, eventually you will get there, but you have to give yourself time to know what that's like and to know the effect it will have on your body. And that's why I say, hey, maybe just do 10 minutes of something. Maybe you do 5 push-ups. And then you might treat it like, oh, well, that's nothing. It's better than 0, because then you will say, oh, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I'll do 5 more. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I'll do 5 lunges. Oh, that wasn't so bad. And then you find that inspiration just from trying. And you surprise yourself with how much you can achieve in bits and pieces, in increments. Because Jim Kwik says this, he says it in a specific phrase, but everything is compounded and leads to something bigger. So every little thing that you do, try not to overlook it as minute or insignificant, because it does add to something, and it does also change your headspace. It leads you to believe that you're capable of more, that you can do more, and that you're not less than, and to get out of that assumption that it's not enough or nothing will come out of it. Not true. And especially now we're heading into the holiday season. It's high energy now. Black Friday is coming. Everyone's shopping. Everyone's visiting their relatives and traveling. And then after that, it just goes shoo. We're in it for the long haul until springtime. And that's when you really have to just grasp your discipline and say, I am not going to let these shorter days take over my motivation, and I'm going to find a way to work with the season. You gotta work with the season. It's hard to do the same things you do in winter that you do in summer. I understand it really all depends on where you live. Some things that I do in the summertime, I'm just not gonna be able to do in the wintertime. And that's okay. Another brush I bought from the Beautylicious gift card event, which I showed you, the Tuckahoe MICHI brush. This, I can't. Tasha Denona Tan Bronze and Glow palette with the bronze shade. I particularly love this brush if I don't want too much of something, because the blue squirrel hair doesn't pick up as much as goat hair, which, depending on the finish, the product, what you're looking for from a product, will kind of determine if you want to use this brush or not. But for that light bronzer application, it's perfect. So let me know what you're looking to achieve. I don't like the word fitness movement wise. What are your movement goals? If you want to walk a little more every day, or you want to do more like 10 bodyweight squats, or you're working on a said skill, or you want to increase your flexibility, or you just want to do arm circles, you know, you could do those too. And let's add on it, friends, a little bit every day. Blush. I actually brought the NARS Holiday Blush Palette with me over the weekend. Really love this thing. Love the shades in here. This is like the only Studio 54 holiday palette that I think is worth looking at. I take the T4, yes, the Tuckahoe T series brush. I like to take all of them. Let's do it. I just put it on there in between the blush, the highlighter and the bronzer. So nice. Not too bad. I could have also went in with the Tom Ford Mageve blush stick or Courchevel, but I decided just to do powder today. You know, I'm gonna keep it simple. I wanted to use Divine Rose so much that I brought her with me to Houston. I usually never travel with Pat's Mothership palettes, but I just got it and I was like, I haven't had enough time with her. I need to use her over the weekend. But the weekend was so crazy that I didn't really use her that much. I think I used her once. So really didn't need to bring it, but it's all right. Forgot about this Fenty brush. It's her concealer, the 180. I really love it to blend out the concealer on my lid, or even actually under the eyes sometimes, depending, because it's angled, it's synthetic, it's like a little paw, which I think I heard Rihanna refer to this as such at one point, notably during the concealer release. One of you had mentioned that you could get similar looks using the Lila palette from Natasha Denona, but I want to actually swatch Veloria next to some of these mattes because the color reminds me of a lot of the mattes found in Lila. So this is Veloria from Divine Rose. Let's see here. Let's see what this one looks like. What is that called? Per se. Ooh, Per se looks a little more like, it actually appears a little darker than Veloria. Nude mauve. Swatch it right next to it. Oh, that's similar. Oh, but I see it definitely has a little more red in it than Veloria. Veloria, I feel, is a truer lavender smoke. So I'm inspired to use these together today. Gotta go in with Veloria again. I freaking love this shade. The more I use this palette, the more I just really love its curation. I'm not particularly bothered by the repeat shades because, again, not everyone has Pat's palettes. Not everyone collects them. So I feel this is a great opportunity to try some of the shades that are beautiful usually. I'm actually going to set my eye a little bit. I'm taking the Charlotte Press powder because Pat's mattes pack a punch. I actually prefer Viseart mattes over Pat simply because I feel that the Viseart pigments aren't as aggressive and can be built without the fear of it like latching on to a wet base like Pat's mattes do. But that could just be because I'm more comfortable blending with Viseart mattes. But needless to say, again, Pat's are great. Pat's mattes are great. But sometimes, depending on, it could kind of catch on the concealer whereas I feel Viseart mattes don't do that at all. Same thing I find happens with ABH mattes sometimes. Like, they're so soft that if you apply it on a wet concealer that's not set, it could be splotchy upon initial application. I just want to experiment. I brought the Grande Pro I with me over the weekend because I needed help with my friend's makeup, and let me tell you, man, like, this is why I love Viseart. I use this shade to contour and to do different eye looks. My girl Shay, I did makeup because she was hosting the show. And I just love the fact that no matter what shade you choose, it's gonna look like that no matter the skin tone you apply it on, which is like the best. I'm gonna take this shade here. I'm gonna apply that on this eye. So you see, it doesn't give a lot of color initially, but what I like is that you can build these and it doesn't catch on the crease. But that could be because when I see Mel Blend, I like how she starts here and then she brings it up, where sometimes I go right away to my crease, and I think because since my brush already has too much pigment, that when you apply it on the crease, it looks splotchy instead of starting here first and then going up. See, I just think that looks smoother. Whereas this, like, because I started here on the crease instead of here, it caught and it looks a little too deep here, like it doesn't look even. So I feel there's like a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to Pat's mattes, for sure. Even for me, like, it's all with experimentation. This is why I also didn't buy anything more from the sale, because I have a lot of makeup already, friends, and I love the makeup that I have. I have been loving the palettes that I purchased as of late. Metropolis, again, Divine Rose, the Viseart Grande Pro series palettes. They're just magnificent, and like, I couldn't ask for anything better. And I'm just not as motivated. Like, I finally feel what having palette fatigue feels like. I was gonna buy the Mel Cosmetics, the Amor Eterno, whatever that, I think that's what it's called. I didn't buy a thing from that collection, and I was eyeing it for weeks. I saw the tease pics and I was like, it looks so beautiful. But then I'm using my makeup and I'm like, stop it. I'm gonna take this shade. I wanna see how it looks on top of Veloria. See if it deepens it a little bit. Ooh, I like how that looks. That's so beautiful. Lila definitely is my all-time favorite palette. Even Metropolis is beautiful, absolutely. But Lila, there's just something about these tones, man. And I love how it looks with Veloria. That's gorgeous. Oh, what do I want to do now? Let's go with the Jackie palette. I brought this along the trip as well, and I use Shukington on Shay. Oh my God. I'm gonna take Big Wig right on the corner of where we applied that Viseart matte. Anastasia mattes are not my favorite. I feel they could be hit or miss. They don't apply as smoothly as others I've experienced. And also, something to take note of, I'm switching categories here quickly, excuse me. I was using a mixture of, I bought two sets of brushes, the set of brushes that I used on myself and the set of brushes that I use on my friends when I help them with their competition makeup or photo shoot makeup. I found, and because I was going back and forth between using synthetic and natural hair brushes. People are like, what's the difference? I don't get it. It is stupid to spend all that money. Let me tell you something. A natural hair brush that is handmade in Japan specifically, when I use that brush versus a synthetic brush on more mature skin or just thinner skin on the lids that easily gets moved and creases when you move a brush across it, a natural hair brush just glides the product on without moving the skin. Whereas a synthetic brush, it catches and it just skips. It's terrible. And synthetic, I think, more, oh, hello, you dirtied your nose, more appropriate for lid skin that is smoother, because it's able, like my friend Crystal, she has really big lid space and smooth skin there. I could use a synthetic brush easy on her lids. I just go like this, but on lid skin that's thinner and more mature, natural hair is the way to go, man. I was doing my girl Jenny's makeup and I said, this is what a natural hair brush feels like. She's like, that's nice. I'm like, and I went in with the Sigma brush. And listen, Sigma, they are so kind and generous. to send me brushes, but those are some of the brushes that I brought along with me on the trip. I used a Sigma brush and she's like, oh my God, I don't like how that feels. And again, depending on the skin and the person, it's gonna determine what brush you should use. But the natural hair brushes that are handmade, it just makes a difference in blending. I'm telling you, friends. What is this? I haven't been telling you what I've been using. Refer number 16 with that Viseart Lavender Matte under the eyes. I'm actually gonna take my S33 Esom brush with Veloria under the lash line, per se from Lila, to connect top to bottom. So we got a little more lavender smoke on this side and like truer purple on the other eye. I'm gonna build that up a little bit more. Big wig kind of caught on my outer corner. It doesn't look super smooth. So what I'm gonna do, I'm taking this purple shade from the Grande Pro palette with my Sonergy Worker Pro. I'm just gonna kind of go over what I did with Big Wig and then use my Hakuhodo brush. I think this is the B142, further smooth that out. And I feel that kind of fixed it. So, okay, when I was going over Divine Rose and I kept on saying Lovelace, I'm like, where is that from? So I'm Happy Feet. Lovelace. I'm actually gonna take Rose Dusk because I don't think I used Rose Dusk in my original demo as the dominant lid shade. I'm gonna put that right here. Rose Dusk is a lot warmer than Veloria, so I think it just beautifully contrasts with Veloria on the crease, and then all of a sudden you got this warm wash of pink on the lid. It is so pretty. Get the heck out. But I do want to go in with a little bit of Lovelace. Between Rose Dusk and Per Se from Lila, to make that transition not only texturally but color wise, yeah? Because the Lovelace shade has a little more body than Rose Dusk, but I just love it on there too. It's just so pretty. Definitely gonna hop back into Lila because I think, let me see, do I even have it in here? Did I leave? I thought I left this brush in Houston. I was only gonna have a heart attack. Let's see. I'm taking Pur Pure with my Refer Prototype brush on the lid. I don't care what anyone says. Natasha Denona's shadows are priced the way they are for a reason. They are made in Italy, they last a long time, and they are exquisite. You can choose to think whatever you like. I'm very happy to spend Natasha Denona prices, but I'm also not going to buy melt, so I can't do both. You know what I'm saying? I want to create more of a gradient, so let's go in with Amethyst. Same brush. I cannot get enough of this palette. I'm telling you, man, it is like the best. Back in with Divine Rose, I'm going to take VR Rose Venus. I forgot to grab the Rose Venus single. That was Divine Rose. Are you kidding me? They're right under the lash line, friends. I feel like it's a nice surprise. You have all this coolness going on, and then you got like duochrome something going on the lash line. Refined Gold 002 in a corner. Magnolia, lower inner corner on this eye. Soleil from Jackie's palette in a corner on this eye. Ooh, I definitely put too much in the brush, but it's fine. I'm gonna lightly spread it around there. I'm gonna do a little zhuzh. All right, let's apply some mascara and I'll be right back with some lips. Mascara is on. Let's take a look at these Patrick Ta liners. I didn't grab these because I'm a particularly huge fan of Patrick Ta. I'm gonna focus on me. I do like his makeup, but again, it was more so like the presentation of it and the design of the lip liner that had me like, oh, let's do it. She's Strong, which is like it's like my lip color, which is amazing. But the design makes it particularly easy to fill up the lip. And you click, but don't click too much because you can't click it back. I feel more ideal for personal use and not if you are a makeup artist, because it is definitely more sanitary to have an actual pencil. So when you sharpen it, that is basically sanitizing it. But when you have like a twist up or a click up, you definitely have to sanitize this with alcohol. Lip cream in She's Independent. This is an amazing consistency. I was shocked. It is creamy. It doesn't set down. It is an actual liquid lipstick like lipstick cream, like butter. It is so beautifully smooth. It has a little bit of mint, not overpowering. I don't think it will burn you. It doesn't burn my lips. Look at that. I love. And then going in with our girl Mel. Beauty has become a staple. Again, I can't use it by itself because it's a little too light pinky for me, but it's perfect for that like palette set off, you know what I mean? And that is the finished look, friends. We used like 3 palettes. We checked out the items I bought from the Sephora sale. We took a look at some items I bought during the sale, but not necessarily from Sephora. Quickly, I bought the Then I Met You Essence Toner and Refining. No, the Giving Essence and Birch Milk Toning Refining Toner. I love their cleanser and balm. I will still have to do a dedicated video to my current skincare faves because I haven't been purchasing a lot of skincare from Sephora. And all these other brands I feel just have better offerings. I just like to see different things. Like I'm getting a little tired of the Tata Harper and the Kiehl's. Like a lot of these mainstream skincare brands, I feel that whole market is just so saturated, and other brands I think that are not necessarily as mainstream simply because they're not in Sephora, I just think are more interesting, they're more curated. Time has been spent on the formulas to ensure their efficacy and performance. Again, I will do a dedicated video to some of those skincare faves. Quickly, my Tuckahoe brushes from Beautylish, the ones I purchased, I look forward to doing my makeup because they are sublime. The design, the feel. Which other ones did I get? The MICHI brush, and then, oh, this is a synthetic brush. It is the AF5. I love how it's shorter, and I just feel makes it more precise for those nooks and crannies. Which other one did I buy? I really could have sworn I bought another one. Oh yes, the T4, the T4. This is like the perfect round brush. Are you kidding me? And the Hakuhodo holiday set, in addition to this brush, the blush brush. Look at this. This actually has a specific name, which I will put right here. Hakuhodo has other brushes in different designs, but look at this little eyeshadow brush. It is like a mini fan brush. It is so beautiful. It's just beautiful to sweep lid colors with or even under the lash line. It is so incredibly soft. And then it also came with a lip brush. This is the lip brush here. Did it come with another brush? I feel like it did, and it is escaping me at the moment. Oh, pencil. I think it came, yes, a pencil brush. This pencil brush, it's so beautifully soft. If you're particularly sensitive on the inner corner eye area, it came with a brush roll, but what I loved also, it came with a branded brush cloth, which I bring this with me to clean the brushes in between applications. This is like very soft, so it's going to release the pigments from the bristles. But anyway, those were my major purchases over like this holiday bonus event. I just purchased the Patrick Ta because that's really what I just was interested in at the moment. But you saw from my recommendations video, I had a lot of makeup already, so there really wasn't anything for me to buy. I'm not getting the Huda Metrograde palette because I don't need it. Look at these eyes. I have those turquoises and whatever existing elsewhere. Okay, even those glitter topper shades that I'm sure they're beautiful, again, don't need it. What else? I've been loving my complexion products, my cheek products, palettes, singles, this foundation combination. Like, are you kidding me? And then of course, the Pat quads. Like, you can't get enough of those freaking quads, man. Let me know what you grabbed during the sale. Let me know also what you're working on movement-wise. Let me know what you guys have been up to. I will be sure to come back on here. Definitely want to do a dedicated video to the Space Age highlighters. I want to do a brush video, update brush favorites, skincare favorites. I still have to edit my Linda video, which will be strange because I filmed that like 2 weeks ago, so it just seems that timeline is a little out of place, but I still want to upload it. And yeah, I definitely want to do another 3-look video with Divine Rose, with Midnight Sun, with Metropolis. I just want to dive back into the palettes that I already have that I feel that we've recently purchased from the most latest sales, and to just get a little more inspiration going. And even if you don't have these palettes, maybe you have similar colors, and just to get the juices flowing again with your makeup collection. If it's been sitting, if it feels stagnant, you don't feel motivated to use your makeup, then hopefully these upcoming videos would kind of change your mindset to just get a little more adventurous with the makeup you already own, use different color combinations, use different techniques. And if that sounds like a plan for you, I will see you then. Until next time, my friends, that is. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you here again with another review, tutorial, get ready with me, or favorites list. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.